Hello, welcome to the proof section of section 3, chapter 10. All right, so if you look at my picture, I drew in two segments. So it's going to be circle O. I also moved my B over here, so it's this endpoint. And I drew in the radii because it's going to help with our proof. Now remember, there's more than one correct way to prove something. You just have to make sure that everything is identified so that you can draw that conclusion. So I drew in AO and DO. I have my statements and my reasons ready to go. Of course, our first is our favorite, the given. So arc AB is congruent to arc DB. So I'm going to mark that. Okay. And why? Because it's given. Well, I know from theorem 10.3 that if these two arcs are congruent, then these two segments must be congruent. All right, so I'm going to say that AB is congruent to DB. And that's because of theorem 10.3. And you could describe it. That was our biconditional statement. All right, for 3, well, gee, I see some triangles in here. So how about I say something about OB? So OB is congruent to OB because of the reflexive property. All right, we say reflexive property of congruence. All right, so now I have two sides. Can I prove that AO and DO, that sounds like a song, are congruent? Well, I can say that AO and DO are the radii, or two of the radii of circle O. Why? Because the definition of a radius. That's what the definition says. Now we also know, not 4 or 5, that if AO and DO are the radii, then AO must be congruent to DO. And that's a property. Right, of the radius or the radii or whatever. All right, so know that these two are congruent. I can prove the triangles are congruent. So I'm going to say, however you want to list it, triangle AOB is congruent to triangle DOB. Why? That good old side congruence theorem. And then one of our favorite steps, we're good to go, I can say, right, I was looking to prove that this angle was congruent to that. And I can say that now. ABC is congruent to DBC. Why? Because the corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. CP, CTC. That's all of our notes today. Check Google Classroom for the assignment. And we'll have a Google Meet tomorrow. We'll review sections 1 through 3 and get ready for the quiz on Thursday. Bye.